Hi everyone, this is Modern Day Trading with some live footage from October 19th, 2016. I shorted ASND right off the open. It was gapping down pretty much at a previous support area, but it just broke it. So I was hoping to see some continuation of a breakdown of a support. And ASND is a pretty thin stock, so I didn't go too big on that trade. I just kept it on my left market maker while I'm looking for other stuff at the open. And this is currently at 5 times the speed. So you see ASND is pretty much didn't really break down, so I got stopped out right there. And I didn't think I gave it the right out, so I just shorted it one more time. With these kind of thin stocks like ASND, I didn't want to give it too much room because it can just, when there's no liquidity, the spread can be massive. So I just pretty much just taking these tight out attempts and they all failed. So it wasn't the best trade. Pretty much just got 3 paper cuts right there. And now I'm watching INTC. I just shorted it. Shorted 500 shares and I put my stop right above the whole number. 500 shares at 35.93 short and a stop at 36.01. Pretty much just looking for continuation on this gap down after earnings. And I waited for it to kind of make some kind of obvious resistance, which would be right at 36, where my stop is. So ASND, that's my last one I lost. I lost 3 or 4 times on that. Not too big each time, but definitely wasn't the best trade. I just took a shot at it. I thought technically it had a chance of breaking down. So moving on, ACHC is another stock that's gapped down. It's pretty early, so I'm looking for some continuation to the downside. I'm trying to find if this resistance can hold, and I'll just short it. So I just shorted right there. Got 600 shares short at 39.88 and I put my stop at 40.01. I actually got more. 600 shares is actually more size than I wanted. I was thinking about shorting 300 first, but I clicked it and I didn't get filled because it's CB. So I clicked it a couple times and really fast and I actually got filled 2 times. So I have 600 shares, more than I wanted, but the trade still looks good. But because it's more risk than comfortable, I'm taking profits really quick. So there, I already pretty much just covered a great chunk of it. And I got lucky that I did use more size accidentally. It doesn't happen enough. That luck is on your side. So I just took some profits really quick and it just made lows again. INTC is also going down, so I'm taking profits on that as well. And that's a really nice short on ACHC. It moved a lot faster than I expected. I don't think I was actually ready for it. I was hoping for it to go down, but mentally wasn't prepared for that kind of move. So I pretty much just got out of covered all my ACHC. And it was a gift that I got more size than I wanted. So that was a pretty good scalp. Probably about 50 plus cents with average on 600 shares. In INTC, with 500 shares, I'm now in the money a little over 20 cents, and I covered some there as well. Alright, so my next trade, GIS. I just got an alert that it broke yesterday's lows, and I just shorted it. I hesitated a little bit. The lows of GIS was 0.72, I believe, and it broke. And I wasn't exactly sure if this was a good trade, and I kind of hesitated. But once I saw it break down a little bit more, I decided I just had to jump in. So I just shorted 600 shares, and my stop would be 1 cent right above the breakdown low. So it came down from 74 cents, so I put my stop at 75 cents. So 600 shares short at 61.65. My stop about 10 cents, $60 risk. If I was a little faster, I probably would have shorted near 70s. So I could have really cut down my risk in about half and used maybe 1,000 shares and risked about the same amount of money as I am with just 600 shares at a little crappier price. But I had to hesitate to make sure that it can continue lower. And also GIS, General Mills, isn't really in play today, as in there's not an abnormal amount of volume. It's actually a little below average. So what I'm doing right here is I'm just going to take what I can get. The ATR is about 50 more cents of room to go from here if it continues going down, but it's a little below average volume. So I'm looking to take anywhere between 25 to 35 cents on GIS. If you can see the daily chart on GIS, which I don't have on this screen, it would be, you would see some tight consolidation near the lows, and now it just kind of broke down. So, and I just pretty much just bought and tapped for a second, and I think I got stopped out of that. It was just a little news play type of trade that I need to stop doing, but it wasn't too big of a loss. So I just fast forwarded to my next trade, American Airlines. 40 is definitely a breakout spot for AAL, and right now I'm just pretty much buying this pullback, 1,000 shares, average at 0.80, and my stop is at 0.74. So 6 cents of risk with 1,000 shares, and I pretty much bought that area near 0.75 because if you see right before it shot up to 40, it hesitated and broke out of 0.75 range. So I'm pretty much hoping that that part holds again and I can get a second leg higher. And I'm constantly looking at UAL because it's the same sector, and I also want to buy UAL at 55. So I'm going to speed it up a little faster since it's kind of slow, and you can just concentrate on my right market maker box for American Airlines. Just barely in the money a little with 1,000 shares, but it looks like my entry point can be the start of the second leg. It's American Airlines starting to go up slowly, definitely fighting to move upwards. I'm just constantly switching between the airlines and the SPY. So you can see American Airlines about 10 cents in the money. And this is sped up even more because it's a slow move. Now American Airlines is hitting 40 whole number, and it's looking pretty decent. Alright, there American Airlines broke out of 40, and I'm hoping it can start trending higher, break that 10-cent high. But if it does not break that 10-cent high, I'm gonna be ready to take off a good chunk because I'm constantly checking on the other airlines, and they don't seem to be as bullish as American Airlines. So usually if I see all the other airlines making highs and or at least close to highs and look like they're about to make highs, I feel more confident American Airlines can do the same. But if all the other ones aren't doing it, I'm a little bit more skeptical. And in this case, the other airlines are not too close to the highs, while American Airlines is really close. So I took a little bit of small profit on American Airlines. That was just oil numbers, and it was a bullish result for oil. So now when oil is going up, usually means that airlines will kind of get smacked from higher oil prices. So I'm pretty scared for American Airlines, and if it comes back down a little bit more, I'm just gonna trail the whole thing and take a smaller profit. And I just tried buying UWTI for a scalp with a tight out, and it didn't work. Got stopped out of two like mini sized UWTI trades, more of a practice thing, and they both didn't work. And American Airlines, I trailed it out, so I got stopped out because I think the high oil increase price will kind of weaken the breakout for American Airlines. Still watching UWTI. It's kind of forming a little tight consolidation pendant, so I just bought some UWTI, and I bought some Halliburton as well, another oil name stock, hoping for the sector to increase. I added some more UWTI because I'm liking the trade a little bit more, and my price is now 29.13 shares with tight out. So I think my out was at 07, and it just broke out, and it's sitting right near the little high of the candle I made earlier. So it could be like a potential double top. So I took some profits off right there on UWTI. Paid for the early losses, and I just bought back some UWTI as well because I wasn't sure if it's gonna be a double top. Took some profits there, but now that I see that it broke that area, I bought back a little bit, not as much as I sold. So I still kept the profits, but I bought about 200 shares more. And I'm still giving that to where I got it from. And now UWTI is starting to really make that nice breakout. Pretty much that's a bull flag setup right there. I didn't hold through my size for the most part, but I have a little piece that it's still riding. Now that I got out of my majority of my size, I'm gonna speed the clip up to 10 times the speed just to show you how it finishes off. Halliburton was kind of just a small trade. I didn't go that big, so I just bought 200 shares, thinking that oil is gonna break out and just try to get some more like sector of oil long. So I bought that, and UWTI I got out when it came back down from the 50-cent area. So it was a pretty nice scalp on UWTI oil, and Halliburton is nice too. So it's holding this 115. Looks like a triple top kind of thing. So I don't think it will go all the way back down to that range, but I think it will have some resistance and make kind of a smaller move before it potentially breaks out. So I just shorted J&J at 0.97, and I'm putting my stop at 115.01. So it's really small risk, and I'm not looking for a big move, kind of just for it to hit that 115 resistance and kind of pull back a little bit before anything else. And UWTI was a pretty good trade. I should have held more. So J&J is starting to go down a little bit, 10 cents roughly. And I'm only risking about 5 cents after slippage, which I don't think would be too much. So you see that J&J chart kind of just hitting a little before 115 and falling down and doing that. This will be the third time. So I pretty much just got out of J&J, 400 shares, just scalped it, and I tried the last 100 shares. Oh, so there, I got out of that too. Finished off that last trade, J&J, with a nice little short, small short, 500 shares, making about 14 cents on that. Just finishing a good day with a little scalp money, and now I'm ending the day at $650, positive at 11 o'clock. Thanks for watching, everyone.